It's Julia Renee.
And Kendall Aaliyah. Welcome back to the Know Your Power podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're here.
That was the most...
Welcome.
Thank you. You knew what I was saying.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Hi.
Can you imagine being like a Mr. Beast type video filmer? That's
sometimes though, like especially lately with filming on YouTube, I feel like so guilty because I'm, hi guys, like, yeah.
That's literally my whole thing.
And then I'm like, usually I'm a little more crazy and a little bit more goofy, but lately I'm like, oh, I've lost the will to goof.
I've lost the will to goof.
I've lost the will. I'm no longer goofy goober.
He is staring at me into my soul. Loki's in the studio today.
And he's making biscuits on the ground.
Cutie pie. I was going to literally like applaud you for how consistent you are on YouTube, especially this deep in prep, because I am not that deep in prep. And I'm already like, I've missed the last 2 uploads because I'll start filming and halfway through my day, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this. Granted, I keep having bad things happen every time I film.
You've had a lot of things happen. Like,
it's been a long month, dude.
Like recently that have interrupted your prep.
Yeah. And so when things like that happen, I'm like, I'd rather still focus on my prep than try to like film this and talk about it. I'd rather be like, okay, this is like a not great circumstance. Let's just like do the work.
Let's deal what we need to deal with.
I'll be back to filming soon.
The need to film, and then when we come back, we'll be better.
Yes, that's how I feel. Yeah. But I'm impressed by you for
Thanks.
still doing it. You're still out here.
Still doing it.
Goof or not.
Some of my videos, like I did one that really hard week when I did too much travel. It was my own mistake. And it was like I'd film a part of the day and then crash. And then wake up the next day. So it ended up being like a week in the life because that's how long it took me to get that video done. Like it was like, well, this is a week in the life because every day was like a snippet of what my day was.
That's literally like right now I have enough footage to do that. So maybe I'll just edit it together because I keep being like, I need to restart. No one's going to want to see half of my day. I'm going to do a terrible week in my life.
Yeah. Yes.
You're going to watch my car break down. You're going to watch me go to the dentist. Yeah, it is realistic. You're not wrong. Anyway.
Yes. But today we have a lot of like bodybuilding centric questions to go over. Please still email in all of your questions, guys. We save every single thing. You can always email them in at knowyourpowerpodcast@gmail.com. I read them all. I save them all, put them on an outline.
We'll get to them eventually.
Yes.
If not right away.
But this first one is about relationships and bodybuilding. So it says, hi, Julia and Kendall. I've been listening to your podcast for a while now. And I just want to say thank you. You've helped me so much mentally, especially how I feel about myself. Oh, I could really use some advice. My husband and I are very involved in the fitness community. I've never competed before, but I'll be doing my first bodybuilding show in November. I couldn't be more excited for that day. My husband has been bodybuilding for a while, and he just finished a 20-week prep, competing last weekend for his pro card. He's incredibly disciplined, intelligent, and passionate about fitness, and I fully support his goals, especially because he wants to make it his career. But lately, we've grown apart. I don't know if it's because he was just one place away from getting his pro card. Oh, that sucks. Which I know must be incredibly frustrating and disappointing after working so hard, but he's changed. I'm trying to be as considerate and understanding as possible, but he's become someone I barely recognize, and it hurts. I don't even get affection from him. He's always quiet, and I feel that now all he gives is his time and energy is bodybuilding. There's no more balance between me and him anymore. I think I'm bottling everything up and building resentment towards him, which I don't want to because I love him so much, but if I can get some advice, some peace of mind would be so appreciated. Love you, ladies.
Love you too.
Oh, we love you.
I feel this one from different perspectives, where I've been the partner where my partner's competing and maybe things feel like they're changing. I'm also currently the partner where I'm going through a prep and my partner is not involved in bodybuilding. So I think you're spot on with like the timing of it all. He seems like he's really deep in a prep.
But
just came off a show.
Like he just finished. So usually what happens is like, oh, isn't this the time that things are getting better? But doesn't.
Fair, unless he's still prepping for another shot at it. That's what I don't know. I was just going to say, like, first and foremost, communication. I feel like how you worded it to us is perfect, where it's like, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I feel like I'm not receiving from you. Just like communicating that and recognizing that, because on the flip side, I'm in prep right now. I'm trying to sit out of a lot of activities right now and like protect my peace, if you will. And my partner, his 2 brothers live nearby, so he is constantly doing stuff with them. I felt like I wasn't seeing him very much because I'm making the choice to sit out of things, but it was still bothering me. So I literally just like called him one day while he was at work, and I was like, I'm sorry, this probably could have waited until later, but I feel like I need to communicate it now. I feel like we're not on the same page with things right now. And it was literally just a conversation. He reassured me. I reassured him on like why I'm stepping out of things, because I'm sure it was odd for him as well that I stopped going to like everything that I'm inviting to. And then we both have just been working since then at like mediating of like, okay, this weekend we're going to go out and do stuff, but next weekend I'm going to need to like reserve more energy. So it was just a conversation for us, and a really honest one about like why I'm doing this, how I'm doing this, and maybe that's all you need in this situation. But also, like, we've both definitely been there where affection can be hard at a certain point, especially like, I don't know if he's taking PEDs or anything, but that can affect hormones, which can genuinely affect like how you feel affectionately and how you perceive certain things.
That's very true. That does have a big factor in how you show up like in the relationship, unfortunately. And she also has the awareness of that maybe it is also the fact that he was like one place away. So maybe has this internal battle with himself of like being, maybe he's upset with himself. And like,
and a lot of the times
hard.
It's hard to admit that to your partner because they watched you work so hard for this thing, to be like, I'm disappointed. I don't like how I finished. I don't like X, Y, and Z about myself right now. You know?
And I think it's about having a conversation, a calm sit down conversation about it before you already feel yourself getting resentful. And it's so easy to get resentful. And then when you do have the conversation, you like blow up, and then that other person has no idea. Because you've been holding it in, and that's not fair to them. Because you've been holding all of this in. So have that conversation sooner rather than later, especially if he continues to do bodybuilding and he wants to make it a career. It can't come at the cost of the relationship, and sometimes it does.
Agreed.
If you let it.
And I also want to like reassure you that you're not crazy for feeling how you're feeling. It's super valid and likely is happening. Change is likely going on, or he is being different or distant or whatever. I'm just trying to explain like from the competing side that is unfortunately normal or like not unheard of at least.
Yes, like it is very normal, and it is normal for the other partner to feel a little like left out because their focus is solely, on this thing. But bodybuilding is a part of your life. If it takes over your life completely and the only energy that you have only goes to competing, then you won't have any friends, any relationships, no social things. And there is a way to balance all of them. Like Kendall was just saying, just picking and choosing where your energy is going.
I'm just trying to be considerate of him, and he's trying to be considerate of me. And I feel like that is all that might need to happen here is communicating like your wants and needs as well, because bodybuilding does take over a lot of your life, but like your relationship and your marriage should still take priority, So it's just about like finding balance there and how much time you're spending on yourself and on your partner.
Big facts.
Anything else on that one?
Nah.
Okay. Keep us updated, girl.
Yeah, for real.
All right. The next one is about mindset for training when you don't feel like it. I'm 16 weeks out from my first show. I did have a good question or topic to suggest that I think would be very helpful to hear how you deal with it. There are days when I feel amazing when I train. Cardio is the best and I am outperforming on every lift. We can't all have these days every day. What do you do to perk yourself up on a day you're not feeling it or feeling down? How do you go in with intention and have a good session? Do you have any tips? What do you do on the days where you're not the best mentally and emotionally? I don't want the days I'm having a bad mentality to ruin any progress I'm having. I've noticed it can even affect me physically if I'm stressed. I've worked so hard for this for about a year and I'm so excited for my show. However, sometimes I feel like I let my own mentality get the best of me and don't think I'll be ready. For background, I'm 5'2", 135 pounds, 113 pounds of muscle mass, approximately 17% body fat. These girls are cut and jacked in women's physique. I hope I can live up to the standards as an amateur. Pick for reference, I'm assuming she sent us a photo. And the show she's doing is next month now.
Cool.
So that's exciting. Thank you in advance for everything. If you have any spots left or are doing a retreat, I would love to join.
Yes.
Yes.
There is a wait list, I believe, on the Know Your Power podcast page. So you'll be the first one notified when we have our next one.
Go sign up.
Go sign up for that.
Okay, any tips?
So this one is like, I think where the issue is that you keep expecting that you're going to have the same level of motivation and like grit and strength in prep when there's some times where you're just not, and that's okay.
Yeah. I think recognizing that is important.
At that point, it's like, it is just discipline and consistency over the motivation. And I've hit that point where right now, like, I'm not that excited to go and train. My sessions aren't that good. My strength is down. I might not be like the most like happy and joyful person when I'm showing up to the gym. And I used to get upset and angry at myself when I wasn't that.
Yeah.
But then this prep has taught me that, like, you know, this is kind of like a part of it. And that's okay. And it's not a sense of ruining progress, because ruining progress would be you just, because you don't feel super motivated and excited, you stop going.
Agreed.
That ruins progress at this point. So you still showing up and being consistent and disciplined in your prep, that is progress. So seeing that as progress rather than your measure of success is I have to feel motivated and excited and ready to go to every session. Some days will be like that, like you said.
Yeah.
But your new measure of success at this point in your prep being so close, being I'm still showing up for myself in the best way that I can, even if I don't feel like it. That is what makes a good bodybuilder.
I agree. I think we've said it before that like your 100% is not going to look the same every day. So just trying to give 100% of what you do have is honestly the target, where there's some days I think it's hard in your first prep ever because you're not used to losing strength. Like maybe in your entire fitness journey, you've always been shooting for PRs and feeling strong, especially if you're doing women's physique. Odds are you're pretty jacked. So just some of that is being your first time this much in a caloric deficit where you don't have the actual energy you're consuming, and also weighing potentially the least you've weighed in a long time, where I have a client, love him to death, who is so hard on himself for not hitting the same weights he did when we started together. He has lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
I'm like, respectfully, your goal was to lose weight. We hit that. Proud of you. You're not going to squat the same weighing 190 that you did weighing 240, right? Because just that's why there's different powerlifting metric components of weight classes and age classes, because as you age and as you weigh different weights, your strength is going to be relative. So I think it's just about recognizing like you're not always going to be PRing, especially when in a weight loss journey and in a caloric deficit.
Exactly. And that's okay.
Now, as far as tips for feeling your best, cute outfit, number one. Best playlist you can find, number two. I like to fully create a new playlist if I feel like I've had like a really lull week where like music's not even doing anything for me in the gym and I like really don't want to be there. I'll make a new playlist of songs that get me excited, that get me hype, or like make me feel really good about myself. And I try to just like channel a certain energy while I'm there. Again, I'm not really caring about how much weight I'm pushing or if I'm progressing week by week. Showing up is the win, but trying to make it enjoyable and have fun while I'm there is still important to me. So
that is true.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I second that.
But it's normal. It's very normal. I also want to speak to the fact, please do not doubt yourself or compare yourself to other women in your division right now. You also have so much time still from the time of writing this, and even now, because she shared her show date, where you're going to be ready. It's all about trusting the process and just like, it's all going to happen. You have time. So
I think it's also about like, the more that you compete and stuff, you start realizing like, oh, this is a part of it. This is a part of it. Okay. Okay. Like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like the more shows that I do, I'm less likely to be upset about feeling weak and fatigued and low energy and like not as excited, because I'm like, this is comes with it.
I feel like sometimes it's just recognizing where your priority should be too. And it's like, as long as you're getting your meals in, your cardio done, and a lifting session, doesn't matter if any of those are pretty, as long as you're doing it. So
exactly.
But I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, for real. Keep us posted. We love it when you guys send us emails about how well you did in your shows. And we've had a lot of girls sending in with their photos and stuff, and it's amazing. This next question is actually about Chloe Hart's prep. I saw a lot about this like a while ago. Well, this says, hi girlies. I've been interested in the trending topic of Chloe Hart's prep. If you haven't heard about it, basically she's a novice bodybuilder doing her first prep, but she is still a high body fat percentage, and there is a lot of mixed opinions on it. Some say she's not ready to compete, disrespecting the sport, getting ripped off by her coach, etc. Other people are encouraging for her and saying everyone starts somewhere. What are your thoughts? Thank you for reading this email. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'm from the East Coast listener.
Love it.
So when I looked through this email, I was like, okay, let me look up who this is. I was like, oh my goodness, I know exactly who this is. I've messaged with her on Instagram before.
Oh, no way.
She follows me, and I was so upset looking at her, like even her recent posts of when I wrote this outline, and ain't anybody have time to do anything better with their lives than comment on this?
She's getting so much negative comments. It hurts
journey.
Me. Yeah.
Still.
Imagine caring that much about what someone else is doing.
Like literally get a job. Get a job. It's so frustrating. I am on the team of everybody starts somewhere. She also had a huge weight loss journey where she like lost a lot of weight, and it's just so frustrating that this is her first introduction into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That the community, whether the people commenting are bodybuilders or not or whatever, this is how her introduction into bodybuilding is. Like,
just like mean girl energy,
yes,
basically.
It's very, very, very frustrating. So obviously, like, I don't know who her coach is, like all of those things, but I do know that she had a very big weight loss journey first, and that's hard to do.
Well, one of our favorite shows that happens every year is Summer Shredding, because they have the transformation category. And I don't believe that's a show she did, but like same preface of, if you set out for this huge weight loss goal, and that is what is going to make you feel accomplished and proud, is stepping on a stage because that's been your goal, step on that stage. And my favorite thing about the transformation category at Summer Shredding is most of the time it's competitors coming back every season, every year, because they continue losing weight.
And they get
maybe their first time stepping on stage, they still had a certain amount of weight that they wanted to lose or could lose, and they keep working on that.
Or they move into other divisions. Yeah. Like they could start in the transformation category for Summer Shredding, and I've seen a lot of people start there with a big weight loss like transformation, and then they move into like other categories. They move into bikini figure or wellness, and they go on and compete in national shows. Like we see this happen all of the time. And then I love what you did say about, well, why are they doing this? Like some people compete in bodybuilding because they want it to be a bucket list thing. They want to test themselves and see how much they can really push. Some people want to see how far they can take it and become an IFBB pro. We don't know that. Nobody knows that. Only she knows what she wants to do with
and
it.
her goals really shouldn't affect you.
Literally get a job.
Respectfully.
Good job.
Just putting myself in her shoes, and I encourage any of you who maybe have negative thoughts or certain opinions or agree with her negative comments, like maybe reflect on how it would feel if it was you. That's like almost always just put yourself in their shoes and have some empathy. And she's working really hard.
Nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's
Period.
what, was it Thumper that said that?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I use that one with me.
Jeez, so annoying.
Okay, the next one is about the wellness back pose, pop specifically. Hey, Julia and Kendall, Aussie bikini turned wellness girly here. Love it.
Cool.
I'm going to be doing my first show as a wellness competitor next year, and I'm currently trying to grow more into the category. I've recently started listening to the podcast and absolutely love it and find it hard to find a consistent and good IFBB wellness content, so thank you. My question is, how do I improve my back shot for back shot sounds so funny. Sorry. Back shot for wellness. I feel like my front and side pose are strong, but my back pose is lacking. Do I need overall leg growth, or is there a certain muscle group that needs to grow to make that back pose really pop? Example, hamstrings maybe? Thank you, and I can't wait to see you both compete this year. Thanks. I'm excited to see you compete in wellness. So
My left side is...
Are you okay?
Oh,
face away from me. We should switch spots every other episode.
Yeah,
so
I'll
you
do this.
so you aren't twisted one way.
So with the back pose, at least, I feel like this pop is something that just comes with time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things that contribute to your glutes popping on stage. It's a balance of posing correctly so that your glutes pop.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a level of leanness that's needed in order to see your glutes fully defined, like glute tie-in and everything. And then there's also the third factor of having enough volume and depth in your glutes. So the more muscle that you get on your glutes, the more of that 3D effect that it has. Like if you see like a newer wellness competitor versus like Miss Wellness Olympia, of course, like it's going to look really different because Miss Wellness Olympia has years on her of getting that glute volume. You know what I mean? Where it's like your glutes are protruding out more.
Well, it's muscle density too.
Yeah.
And that can come with literal age sometimes and just time.
And time. So I think that's what I have to say about that. It's like those three things kind of come into play.
I agree. And as far as like muscles specifically, if you feel like your glutes, because this is my current problem, everyone's glutes is going to naturally be shaped a little differently. Some people have a little more roundness or hips to them. I personally do not, as my little white girl genetics. So I have to train extra hard right now to try to build up my glute medius, because that gives that illusion of like that upper roundness of the glute. Mm-hmm. And that's just my personal weak point. So that is a common muscle, upper outer glute is harder to build or harder to activate for a lot of people, but I don't know you or your physique. So I recommend just looking at your back pose, even putting it, because I think healthy comparison can be good if it's inspiration or learning from. Try not to compare yourself ever in like a I will never be that type of mindset, but put your current back pose next to a wellness competitor you look up to and just kind of compare and contrast the muscular differences.
Maybe also find one that is a similar like height and body shape to you.
Yeah.
Like for example, who's like a tall wellness girl? Anyways, if me at 5'2" put myself next to a tall wellness girl, and if Kendall put herself next to a short wellness girl, it wouldn't be realistic. So whenever I was doing this and trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the standard? Where do I need to grow? I found a wellness girl that was around my height, and I put her right next to me so that it was more realistic. I love that, because then it can give you an idea of, okay, this is the standard and where I need to grow.
I've been doing that even with my now transitioning to bikini. Like bikini front pose is so different. Mm-hmm. So I've just been, as far as learning my angles and how hard and how far they push their hip out. Mm-hmm. I keep putting my front pose every time I practice next to an Olympian. And it's like, do I expect to look like the Olympian right now? No, but I can learn from them and see like where they are intentionally showing muscle, hiding muscle. So I just recommend doing that too, so you can get at least a rough idea for what you could maybe work on now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Big facts.
And the last question. This says, "Hi, Julie and Kendall. I enjoy listening to you both so much." That's 3 so's. So, that was the 4th. So you have been such an integral part of my bodybuilding journey, and even took the time to answer one of my questions earlier this year, which I'm thankful for. Oh, that's cool. I know that you both have talked about starting on social media already, but can you go deeper into how you've made bodybuilding / social media your full-time job? How long did it take for you to grow? What are the different avenues of revenue that you're currently doing or that you've seen other bodybuilders do? Can you make decent money or replace a 6-figure corporate job? Basically, I want all the details. I find you both inspirational and would love to follow your footsteps in some capacity.
This is a great question.
It is a good question.
We make money differently too.
Yes. So what's crazy is that if as a bodybuilder, if the only way that you make money just being bodybuilder and competing on stage is if you are a professional and you win 1st through 3rd, sometimes it's like 4th.
And even then it's not enough to, it's not a salary.
No.
And I do believe they announced that the women's money pool is higher now. But especially for the women's divisions, it's definitely not enough to live on.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have, just with my bodybuilding career, I have not made any money yet stepping on stage.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
And I think it goes to say neither have I, but that's obvious.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's like, this is what it is. And I'm not, upset about that or anything, because I love doing this regardless. Like, there's a lot of times I forget. I'm like, oh crap. Like, if I win, I actually get money. Oh my God. Really? Because
that's not why you do it, though.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh yeah, I forget.
And now you've also built like other businesses around bodybuilding. So one of like the, honestly, my only passive social media income is from YouTube. YouTube is the only platform I make money from. And even then, like, my channel's still quite small, but I know that's like a facet for you as well. So that's like one avenue you can do. A lot of bodybuilders don't document on YouTube. True. So it's definitely a choice, and it's not something for everyone, but that's like the side of bodybuilding I really enjoy right now, is showing the journey for people. And then I just happen to make a little money from that. This podcast is another byproduct on YouTube and other platforms where you can make a little bit of money from. Again, unless you're having like millions of subscribers, it's usually not like a full living type of money. I know Instagram has like little bonus programs, not substantial. I think I get like $1 from them every once in a while.
TikTok also has the creator program where you can get money on certain length of videos as well, if you are also documenting your journey, go into coaching. So like those are some of the ways that I guess it seems weird. Like I make money doing what I do, you also have to think about when bodybuilders get to like a certain level, they have sponsors as well. Yeah. So sponsors that will pay them monthly. They have a contract where they're posting a certain amount of videos or tagging them in stories and stuff like that. So by them like being an athlete and sharing, their journey on social media, they're getting compensated for their hard work, even if it's not being compensated for stepping on stage and like winning shows. Yeah. But then when we're talking about like the highest level, like Olympians and stuff, when they win shows like that, or like the Arnold, they're getting even bigger amounts of money. Yeah. But you also have to take in consideration, they're paying for a coach sometimes to, maybe they're still paying for food, supplements, but most of that stuff at that level is taken care of for them. Yeah. So that's true. There are benefits to documenting like your journey and stuff like that, because the more that you do grow, the more opportunities that you get for, sponsorships and having your lifestyle actually completely covered, which is pretty cool. Because like big expenses like a bikini, once you get a bikini sponsor, it's like that's not something you have to worry about paying for anymore, or can actually make money from if other people use your code, or if you are just like on a contract. That's true. Another thing I was going to say is like, as far as what we do outside of
like this and bodybuilding and social media is we both do online coaching, posing coaching. I know you do more of. I do some in-person clients still. Like I would consider that my quote unquote normal job. Also starting my own business because I was like, okay, I have this platform. I could do sponsorship route and I have done that in the past, but I've always wanted to own my own brand. So I was like, let me try this route. And so that's what I'm kind of going all in on right now, giving it a few years, seeing how we grow and do. And that was just another avenue of like using this platform I built from fitness to now be like a fitness brand.
Exactly.
That's unrelated to me.
Yeah. So there's like, we have that have nothing to do with making money, like with actually just stepping on stage. We have potential money that you can be making from sponsors that are paying you to show their brand, from commission that you're getting off of selling products and stuff like that. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you can get paid for doing stuff like that as well. Having your own coaching business, that's what the Know Your Power program is. My coaching business, where we have girls that are going in there. What else do we do? Posing.
What else do we do? I think we covered it all, right?
Yeah. Those are all the different ways, at least, that
so it's basically, I tried explaining it money. Because when someone asks what I do for a living, I have no clue how to answer that anymore. Because I'm like, do I tell them I'm a brand owner? Do I tell them I do personal training, online coaching? Like, I don't know which facet to hit. And I was explaining that like exactly to someone who asked me recently. And they said, oh, so you're an entrepreneur. And I was like, I am an entrepreneur, huh? So it's basically like most people you see on social media are typically not just doing social media. Some people are, if you get big enough and like your sponsors pay you enough or you get enough commission, whatever that looks like. But I would say most people are still doing other things to build either their own brand or work somewhere else on top of that, where I've met pretty large bodybuilders, pretty large social media figures who still have like a very normal 9 to 5. Like a lot of people don't go full-time social media.
Exactly. So, that's like, for example, I mean, like if we even take Sebum, he's winning, was tier at like the top level, you know, but that's only when he's competing, like say once a year, and he's winning that amount of money. But other than that, like he's got his energy drink, you know, business. And this all came from him doing bodybuilding. He's making money off of YouTube from posting.
He works with supplements. He was with Gymshark now.
He's sponsored by, and they probably pay him a booty ton a month to post about their clothes and just wear them. So those are all the ways that it can go eventually.
Yes.
So hopefully that helps.
I love our weird 10 jobs in one.
I know.
So every time I talk to someone with like a 9 to 5, they're like, I could never do what you do. And I'm like, I could never do what you do. So I feel like it goes both ways. Like either you're built for the ADHD ass type days where sometimes you're doing 10 projects at once, or you're built of like, I know what I'm doing every day and it's set in stone and I know how much I'm making.
That is weird because it's like I do have like I know what I'm doing every day, but every day is like slightly different. I'm like, okay, on Mondays I could be having posing sessions with some clients and then one-on-one calls with my coaching clients, and then I'm doing my bodybuilding prep in the meantime, all of that. But I'm also doing a YouTube video. And then like Tuesday.
And showing all those things.
And showing me doing all those things. And Wednesday is like a podcast. And then I'm working on like Instagram content. It's like, I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
It's a weird job.
I love it. This is a weird job. It's like, I love it though. It's great.
I just never know how to tell people what I do. I'm like, which one?
I know. I'm like, I'm a bodybuilder.
Which one I'm focused on today?
I'm a business owner. I'm a content creator. So...
Yeah. I usually keep it vague. I'm like, I work in the fitness industry.
Yeah, I lift weights.
I lift weights.
Anyway. For a living, sort of. But hopefully that helps you guys a little bit, kind of get an idea. But that's all we have for y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed. As always, we love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think.
Bye.